Jets lead the Philadelphia Eagles 10-0. This is a shocker so far. The 1-13 Jets against the Eagles, who should be hungry for the playoffs and should tackle this game. But so far, the Eagles have made nothing but mistakes. 2 turnovers have cost them.
Well, the turnovers, they've killed themselves. It's been that simple. And you can't fault them for their lack of trying, because defensively they're playing very hard. I think the biggest thing is offensively they're just out of sync. I think when you have plays like this where you drop 7 balls, and when you're getting sacked from the backside, and when you're fumbling the football, and everything that you can do wrong has gone wrong. You know, you're Freddie Salman, you make your break, you fall down. You're Marcus Coleman, you come up with a pick. 7 drop balls in the first half at times when you have to have them, 3rd down. And I think the other side is defensively, the Jets have played pretty hard, and they've played pretty well.
There you see interceptions, fumbles lost, 1 and 1, and the Jets capitalized on the interception and the lost fumble by Ricky Waters. Marcus Coleman, the rookie, picked one off from Ty Detmer, and as a result, the Jets took advantage, and with a touchdown pass from Glenn Foley to Keyshawn Johnson and a Nick Lowry field goal, 10-0 as we start the second half. Reggie Cobb on the return for the Jets. Take a look at the halftime statistics.
Well, you talked about all the miscues. You can look at that, but basically, look, running, they're all even. The penalties have been a big difference. Everything is basically the same. I mean, the difference has been that the New York Jets defense has been able to befuddle the Philadelphia Eagle offense. They've gotten them out of sync in their passing game, and they've taken them away from that running game, with Victor Green's been a big part of it.
Jets have played well at times in the first half this year. They have stumbled in the second half. So that's a question mark facing them as they start from the 16-yard line, and Adrian Morrell is thrown for a loss by the middle linebacker Joe Kelly.
You know, we talked about Adrian Morrell having to run the football and being effective. Then it was going to come back to Glenn Foley, and he had to be efficient. And you can see he's been very efficient, 3 for 3 beyond 15 yards, and then underneath. And remember the interception that happened. But other than that, and that was a miscommunication, other than that, he's been right on top of his game.
Loss of a yard. Morrell gained 46 yards so far in this game. 2nd and 11. Foley's pass is caught by Wayne Corbett in the open field. Dives to the 42-yard line where Michael Zordich was there, and a big gain for the Jets of 28 yards.
You know, Wayne Corbett to me epitomizes what this Jet team's about, because what he does is he fights to get open. And then Foley knows that, so he stays right with him. And Corbett is one of those guys that doesn't have the most talent, but he will not be outworked. See how smart that was? Taylor comes up, he gets the jam, he pushes, and then he gets his separation by coming back to the ball.
And the Jets find themselves on their 43-yard line. First down. Here is Morrell. Breaks away from one respective tackler, but Michael Zordich with a fine play, makes no mistake, coming up from the secondary. That was a loss of 4.
You know, Wayne Corbett, when you look at him, you know, he's not very big, he's not very fast. He will compete for the ball. He'll go after it all the time. He'll block when he's asked to. It's like the perfect walk-on story in college. You just walk on, I think I can make the team. You get him out there, and pretty soon you look at him, you go, the more you watch him, the more plays he makes.
And a walk-on from Hofstra College, which is where the New York Jets practice and train. 2nd down and 14. Foley completes the pass to Kyle Brady, and the tight end from Penn State.
Foley is on.
7.
Foley is on. He's getting time to throw. He's feeling that inside. You know, they're going to be getting the protection up front. But Ray Farmer's going to come on a blitz, so now that has to be picked up. Richie Anderson does a great job of picking it up. And then Foley just hangs in the pocket and knows where things are happening. If somebody is blitzing from the inside, that means that area is vacated. Go right back to it.
You're right. The play that Richie Anderson made. He has had a fine all-round season as a fullback. Jets 0 for 4 on 3rd downs. Need 8 yards here. Off balance. Foley trying to get it to Wayne Corbett. Couldn't hold on, and that'll bring up 4th down, and the Jets will have to kick.
Now, one of the few bad throws by Foley, because Corbett had gotten in front of Willie Thomas, and had he thrown that thing where Quebec could run to it, heck, he might still be running.
Ryan Hansen will be kicking for the 3rd time. Mark Say back deep for the Eagles. Good kick by Hansen. And Say is going to let that one bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So the Eagles will get the ball for the first time in the second half at the 20 when we come back.
You've got questions. We've got answers. And by Wendy's Smoky Bacon Cheeseburger with rich smoky flavor in every bite.
Back to the Meadowlands, and Matt, I like to be a fly on the wall listening to what Ray Rose told his team at intermission. He's an intense fella, to say the least. That's an understatement. First down at the 20-yard line, and bobbling the pitch. And the handoff, Ricky Waters, and you wouldn't expect to get much on that. No gain.
Well, you watch this offense. You look at Ty Detmer where he's throwing the football. They've been completely out of sync. Look at the tight ends. They said they wanted to get Jason Dunn involved. Look at this. Squat. That's not getting involved. Only 3 to the wide receiver, so they've effectively taken their wideouts, and that's Irving Fryer, who's been the biggest part of your offense, away. And also remember this. Those are just completions. There were 7 drop balls in the first half.
Second down and 10. Detmer can't get rid of it, and it's Douglas with his 3rd sack of the game. Hugh Douglas, who earlier in the week said he would hurt Ty Detmer when he misinterpreted a comment that Detmer had said.
Well, what he did right here is he just played power, and he just ran through him. It's just a power move, and because he can't get rid of the ball, you watch Mayberry's right on him. Doesn't set down, doesn't set his hips. And Douglas just runs right through him. And then the other half of that you don't see is there's coverage, but he can't get rid of the ball. So Douglas picks up his 3rd sack on Mayberry.
3rd down and 14. Eagles still struggling big time offensively. Just get the play off in time. Detmer's pass is incomplete. He was going.
Makes no sense to me.
For Irving Fryer, and that will bring up 4th down. That was a short pass with a lot of yards.
It's 3rd and 14. Why the heck would you throw a 10-yard pass? And then they're running, all your inside. Nah.
That'll keep him out.
Aaron Glenn got a little bit of jersey, wasn't called, but regardless, you're running right into your safeties inside. They didn't clear anything out. I don't know.
Tom Hutton kicking from the goal line, and a great kick by Hutton, sending Quebec back to the 35-yard line. Wayne Quebec gets hit a couple of times and is finally down at the 46-yard line. That will give the Jets good field position following the 50-yard kick, and a couple of Eagles very slow getting up. Legally blind in his left eye and did not get quality care as a youngster, and so they established the Eagle Eye Mobile, which gives free eye exams to over 1,000 Philadelphia youngsters. And it's been Jermaine Mayberry's contribution. This is a rookie, and I'll tell you what a tremendous contribution it is, because he knows what it was like. This is Mayberry, who had pneumonia in camp and earlier, legally blind in the left eye, and trying to help youngsters get the help he didn't necessarily get when he was a kid. The 2 injured Eagles were Mark Woodard and Adam Walker on the kick return, and they're all right. They came off on their own power. Right now, let's take a look at the projected order of the draft. The Jets, with only 1 win, would pick first. The Saints with 2 wins, because they play the Giants here tomorrow. And everyone looks at the Peyton Manning watch, and Archie Manning, of course, does the broadcast for the Saints. That would be an interesting scenario.
Yeah, and there's a lot more in the draft than Peyton Manning. I mean, obviously he's the one quarterback that everybody would like to have. At least that's what it sounds like. But the Jets just invested a lot of money in Neil O'Donnell last year. So there's more than a quarterback problem with the Jets. But the one thing that hasn't been a problem for them, you watch them today, they're playing hard. Richie Kotite has them playing very hard. They're 1-13, but they've got pride.
And they're playing well against the team that fired Richie Kotite 2 years ago. First down on the 46-yard line. Good field position. And this pass is intercepted. Michael Zordich. And he cradles the ball at the 35, and that is the third turnover committed by the Jets.
And the second straight pass that Foley has thrown poorly. Michael Zordich went in motion, just sitting back there in his zone. Foley tried to throw it back, but Zordich hung back there and came down with a pick.
And the question is, does this give the Eagles a boost offensively? We'll find out. Jermaine Mayberry in left tackle. He has not been able to handle Hugh Douglas so far in this game. Charlie Garner in for Waters. Gets good yardage on first down and 7 on the play.
I want you to watch this interception. See, they're going to come with a blitz inside to the injured man. Zordich knows that he can't get in a foot race down here. So he stays and gives this big cushion and plays it kind of like zone. Foley's trying to hit the tight end across the middle, and Zordich just flows to the football. And that's just good defense and good sense, and also knowing what your strengths and weaknesses are.
Ricky Waters back in a tailback, 2nd and 3. And the pass to Chris T. Jones, and the pass was thrown behind him, but Jones was able to make the play and gets 13 yards into Jet territory in the first down at the 45.
That one's on Detmer. You see, because Detmer read it perfectly. He anticipated the blitz. He knew that he's going to have Chris T. Jones quick, and the ball came out right away.
Eagles trying to take advantage of the turnover, not only to score, but to get some sort of rhythm going in their offense. That's avoided them today. Those are Detmer's numbers. First down, Philadelphia. Ricky Waters, and he is hit immediately by Matt Brock, the former Green Bay Packer, in a gain of 3.
I tell you, Hugh Douglas has been playing himself a good football game. You know, Matt Brock is sitting inside, and Ricky Waters had to cut it back inside because Douglas has been blown up to the outside and given no way to go outside. So they have to bring it in.
Brooks replacing Mayberry. Douglas with 3 sacks for the Jets. Brings up 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. Kevin Turner in motion. And Turner on the receiving end is wrestled down by Victor Green once again. And a gain of 3 yards will bring up 3rd down and about 5.
I'll tell you what, that Victor Green's a sure tackle. And he gets there and the guys go down. I mean, they're not always pretty. It's not always the kind that you drive the guy through, but they always go down. I'm impressed with this guy. The more I watch him, the more plays he makes, and he's consistently making plays.
Getting a chance to show the nation what he can do. 3rd and 5. Detmer with time, going up the middle, and the pass is caught by Irving Fryer. Touchdown, Eagles. 40-yard pass play from Detmer to Irving Fryer, and the Philadelphia Eagles are back in the game.
Say it. And it wasn't flag football. He took his muffle right off there. He's working on Aaron Glenn. He beats Glenn to the top side. Now here comes Brown, who fell. And then all Glenn could get is the flag. Not flag football. That's 6 points. They hadn't gone to Fryer very much at all. And then he dropped one earlier. And now just that quick, the Eagles are right back in it.
That is the 10th touchdown catch for Irving Fryer, who at age 34, having a career season in catches and touchdown receptions. And Gary Anderson adds the extra point, and with 7:43 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Eagles trail the Jets 10-7. In this game have come off turnovers. Hugh Douglas with 3 sacks, but Barrett Brooks kept him out as Detmer hit Irving Fryer with the touchdown catch for the first points of the game, and the Eagles now trail the Jets by only 3. Kickoff by Gary Anderson, fielded by Alex Van Dyke. Finds some running room up the middle, and Van Dyke will give the Jets good field position as he's tackled at the 38-yard line. That was a return of 23.
Watch Aaron Glenn. The coverage is right on Fryer perfectly. And then he misses the tackle, and then here's the thing. If you can't tackle the guy, steal his hand warmer and throw it at him.
That'll do it.
That didn't stop him either. And that's just a great play of being out physical by Fryer because the coverage by Glenn was right there.
That was only Fryer's second catch of the game. You mentioned they wanted to go to Jason Dunn, the tight end, and they always want to go to Fryer, but they've been missing in action today. First down for the Jets on the 38. Adrian Morrell off the left side picks up about 4 or 5.
You know, except for that 30-yard run by Morrell in the first quarter, the Eagles defensively have done a pretty good job of stuffing him. And they've been doing it mostly without walking up to 8-man fronts. But this guy here has played himself a good solid game, Michael Zordich. Zordich is waiting back and then coming up and then just reading the open spot and being able to stuff some gaps.
He played well when Rich Kotite was the coach of the Eagles as well at that position. Second down and 5. Foley's pass caught. Webster Slaughter with the catch. Right now from McDonald's Game Break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
Dick, it looks like Green Bay is back in the groove. Brett Favre has his weapons back in-house as they take on Detroit tomorrow. It all begins with the pregame show at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Back to Dick Stockton and Matt Miller.
Andre Rison has not had many catches, but opposing defenses know where he's at, and they make sure coverages to that side. Antonio Freeman's been having a big return.
Eagles with a first down, or Jets on the first down at the 47, Morrell. And now all of a sudden that was Troy Vincent, who was question mark with an injury whether he would play today, and a lot more aggressiveness shown by the Eagle D.
Yeah, you're going to see Troy Vincent make the tackle at the end, but I'm going to tell you something. The left side of the defense of the Eagles strung everything out. DeHollis Thomas right there, Joe Kelly right there, William Fuller, Ray Farmer, they all did their job in stopping it. So he had to run sideways, and then Vincent is the last stop.
You've said how it's foolish to go sideways against the Eagles with their speed. Second and 13. Foley's pass intended for Keyshawn Johnson, just led him a little bit too much.
We had him. He had a half a step right there on Don Griffin. He got to the inside, and there's a safety sitting in the middle. And then on the other side, you're going to watch Wayne Corbett working on Troy Vincent, and the jam takes that coverage away. A little bit better throw, and Keyshawn Johnson had himself a catch.
Keyshawn Johnson with a 46-yard touchdown catch in the first quarter today to account for the Jet touchdown, and Jumbo Elliott, the free agent, the former New York Giant, shaken up. Third down and 13. Again, 5 wide receivers for the Jets. And Glenn Foley slides.
It's a mistake.
He didn't know where he was. He was 5 yards shy when he started the slide.
He didn't know where he was. I mean, they had the man coverage perfectly. Everybody's turning and running with their coverage with their backs to Foley. Nice decision to try to run, and then watch at the end. He comes down. He doesn't know where he's at, so he slides. Then he realizes he was short and tries to keep going forward, but too late.
So the Jets will have to kick, and Brian Hansen again to punt. Mark Say back. Say is going to let this kick bounce, and the Jets will try to keep it in play, and they will. It will be down at the 4-yard line by Eric Zolmwalt, a former Eagle who played for Rich Kotite in Philadelphia. So the Eagles will start from inside their 5-yard line when we return to the Meadowlands. Have the worst record of that span with the Cardinals in the 40s. Rich Kotite losing his last 7 with the Eagles, 4-33 in his last 37 games. Those are ugly numbers. Eagles with a first down from the 4-yard line, and Charlie Garner brings it out to the 9-yard line. Garner, change-up running back choice, in for Ricky Waters at this stage.
And watch Charlie Garner with his quickness and his big playability, and he's the perfect guy for a change. I mean, because if there's a crack, boom, he's going to hit it quick. He also is big in the passing game, just hitting him on a little, out of the backfield, little circles. He can make something big happen.
Question is whether he'll stay durable. He's had problems with that. second down and 5. Detmer is going up top for Fryer, and it's knocked away, broken up by Aaron Glenn, who this time didn't have to throw his hand warmer at Fryer.
Oh, and he had the right coverage. And the ball has to be thrown to the outside. Detmer is going to see it, knows what he wants. He's going to have pressure come with the blitz. Marvin Jones inside. And then Spindler gets a hit on him. But I want you to watch to the outside. Look down here. The ball has to come this way to the outside. It's thrown on the underneath side. And then Glenn can make the play. But if it's thrown to the outside, then you have a chance.
3rd and 5. Detmer's pass is intercepted by Aaron Glenn.
That's
and
on
an easy Jet touchdown.
That's all on Irving Fryer, and he knows it too. That's a case of fighting for the ball. And Aaron Glenn jumped the coverage inside, and Irving Fryer stopped his route. And Ty Detmer threw where he thought he would be. And the only guy who was there was Aaron Glenn.
Fourth interception for Glenn, and his second touchdown off of an interception.
Watch how Glenn holds the inside. See, and then Irving Fryer stopped his route. Now watch Irving Fryer at the end. He put his head down right away because he knew he shouldn't have done that. Detmer anticipated him coming to the inside. Glenn was there, and that's all she wrote.
Glenn really tightened up his game since the touchdown, and Fryer getting a lecture on the sideline.
He knows it. You don't have to say anything to him. He knew it as soon as he did it.
Nick Lowry is on to kick the extra point. So the Jets get a defensive touchdown here. And the extra point is good by Nick Lowry. And the Jets have taken a 17-7 lead with 4:05 remaining on the third quarter on Aaron Glenn's interception and run. Was a 100-yard return against the Miami Dolphins.
Aaron Glenn did a great job of taking away the inside. He was not going to allow Irving Fryer to get inside.
Silvestri kicking off. Weatherspoon returning for the Eagles. And he is tackled at the 26-yard line.
Okay, watch Aaron Glenn. Now this is you're going to hold the inside. You're not going to allow him to get in. So by body position, you take it away. Fryer knew it. And so he stopped to try to come back to the top side. Glenn stayed with it. And did you see how Fryer went down? He knew it immediately. Now, Detmer knew he had man coverage. Knew where he wanted to go. Was just waiting for him. Anticipated him coming to the inside. He didn't get there. See Fryer right there? He was sick to his stomach as soon as he did it. Yeah, he came to the sideline, and you take it like a man. He's just going to get abused, but he knew it before he ever got there.
Eagles on the 27. Charlie Garner is the running back. Garner is tripped up, and Bobby Hamilton nicked him first, and a gain of 4 yards. This has been a turnover game. Each team has turned it over 3 times, and all of the points in the game have come off the miscues. The Jets leading 17-7. Second and 7 for the Eagles on their 30. Less than 3.5 to go in the third. Pitches to Garner. And Garner short of the first down by about 4. That was Marcus Coleman, who had interception earlier in the game, making the play.
Hey, this New York Jet defense, they'll fight you. I mean, they keep on coming. It's funny, Richie Kotite said to us the other day, you watch my team and you tell me if there's no fight in them. He said they have played hard all year long.
With one exception, that was the Houston Oilers game. That they play hard in every game but that one. 3rd and 3. Ricky Waters, the running back for Philadelphia. Denver loses the ball, and Hugh Douglas recovers the fumble for the Jets. It was Chad Cascadden who put the pressure on and caused the fumble. And yet another turnover, and this Eagle team at this point is unraveling late in the third quarter.
Watch Irving Fryer, a nice matchup. Aaron Glenn has played him well all day long. Nothing there, nice anticipation again to the top side. You're going to watch Marcus Coleman. Nothing there. Heck, Chris T. Jones basically stops his route. Cascadden comes back, working on Richard Cooper, and has a presence to slap it out. And then Hugh Douglas is right there.
Hugh Douglas is having a monster game for the Jets, who have the ball on the Eagles' 28-yard line. Burrell runs into a brick wall and nothing there. Hugh Douglas today has a fumble recovery and 3 sacks. That's pretty good day's work.
Pretty good. Heck, that's a season for some people. 3 sacks. He's played well. Now they've taken Jermaine Mayberry out. Barrett Brooks has been in over him. But Douglas already has established that that's his side of the ball. And that side of the field, nobody's even tempted him over there.
Winding down to 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2nd down and 11. Foley is going to take off. First down. This time he slid at the right place, Matt, and the Jets have a first down inside the Eagle 20-yard line. 12-yard gain by Glenn Foley. And Rich Kotite's Jets are keeping it going against the playoff contenders here in the third quarter.
Did you see what Foley did at the end of that run? He looked right to that first down mark to make sure he was going to get past it before he hit the deck.
First down for the Jets now on the 17 of the Eagles. 2 tight ends for New York. Burrell, and he's stopped from behind by Ronnie Dixon for a loss of 2 yards. But the Jets continue to show run, and they have to set up the pass. And Burrell, their 1,000-yard rusher, has not really broken much after that first series.
Eagle defense has been playing the run pretty well. Actually, the last 2 times that Foley's taken off and run, he's had to run because there's been good coverage down the field.
2nd and 12 with under a minute to play in the third. Here comes the blitz, and going on top for Keyshawn Johnson, and dropping the interception attempt. James Fuller had it and lost it in the end zone.
That was a bad throw, and the difference between a good play and a great play was the drop in the end zone. I mean, Fuller had it. Watch how they zone off Johnson. They expect him to come. See, Willie Thomas holding the inside. Fuller turns around. There's the ball. Heck, that's picking cherries. This is not a good throw. You get the pressure by Joe Kelly. He just lays this one up.
Fuller playing in place of rookie Brian Dawkins, who was unable to go today. Keyshawn Johnson, 3rd down and 12. Foley's pass to Keyshawn Johnson, out of bounds just outside the 10-yard line. And it was Taylor and Griffin on the play. It'll be 3rd and short for the New York Jets with 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And
Gotcha.
4th down now. It's 4th down and a 29-yard field goal attempt. Nick Lowry, who kicked one from 27 yards earlier and then missed one from 48.
Nick Lowry pulls his nose more than any kicker I've ever seen before he kicked.
And it stays on him.
It's amazing.
Lowry's kick is good. So the Jets again capitalize on the turnover and now lead by a score of 20-7. Offensive line. There's the guy that's done most of the damage, Hugh Douglas, for the New York Jets. And again, Ty Detmer said we'd be idiots to lose to this team, but then said the Jets could be a tough team and kind of misinterpreted the quotes. Douglas said he wanted to get Detmer today. Derek Weatherspoon returning, and that will end the third quarter with the score, the New York Jets 20 and the Philadelphia Eagles 7. And Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages from your local Fox station. It's a brand new episode of America's Most Wanted, all on Nonstop Fox, home of Super Bowl 31. Start of the fourth quarter, along with Matt Millen, I'm Dick Stockton. And the New York Jets leading 20-7. Outscored the Eagles in the third quarter. It'll be Eagles ball. They'll have a first down on their 31-yard line. Eagles 8-6 and needing a victory in their last 2 games, or a win and a loss by the Redskins to wrap up a playoff berth, but they're on the short end, and right now they're adjusting the clock here, and that's why we've had the delay. But the 1-13 Jets have outplayed the Eagles. Question is, can they sustain for one more quarter in their eyes? Ricky Waters is the running back, and he's in motion. Detmer's pass over the middle to Kevin Turner at just a couple of yards. Well, we have the great pleasure of having with us John Walsh. And John, of course, we've been talking about America's Most Wanted coming back, an all-new version. Tell us about the show.
Well, our good friend has put us back on the air, and we are coming in our 4th week. We've caught 4 guys in 4 weeks, and because of David Hill, we're back on the air. And tonight we're doing a new edition of the FBI's 10 Most Wanted, the guy who killed 4 people, 2 small children. I hope we can get him tonight.
Great. Continued good luck. We're looking forward to the show.
Thank you.
Heck, John, the way the Eagles have been playing, they may show up on your show for Most Wanted. This is one of the ugliest displays we've seen in a long time.
Ty Detmer's pass intended for Irving Fryer is incomplete. John, let me ask you, do you follow football?
Yes, I do. I'm a great football fan.
Any particular team you
Well,
root for?
I'm from Florida, and the Dolphins are friends of mine, and our old buddy Jimmy Johnson is down there trying to bring them back.
Well, Matt and I were last week there in Miami seeing the Giants upset them. So
Yeah, and the way the Dolphins played last week is the way that the Philadelphia Eagles are playing this week.
Exactly.
You know, the other thing is both New York teams, last week the Giants, this week the Jets, have been playing better than they had at any time in the season.
Yeah, way above their expectations.
all right, John, thanks again for being with us, and good luck with America's Most Wanted.
Thank you.
Ty Detmer's pass is tipped by Chad Cascadden, and that'll bring up 4th down. So things have not changed much for the Eagles except for the one offensive score, and they'll have to kick it away.
Second play that Cascadden's made, this time just nice anticipation, sitting right back there, gets his hands up and knocks it down. You looked on the outside, it was Aaron Glenn again. He's matched up on Irving Fryer.
High snap, and Hutton does what he can to get it off, and Hutton did a good job. Crevette will go out of bounds with it, but that could have been a lot worse, and a penalty flag is down at the 22-yard line.
Well, usually what happens here, Dick, is if there's a miscue on the snap, they get illegal men down the field, and that's generally what will be called.
As it was a 22-yard kick by Hutton, handling that high snap and bobbling it, but the flag will go against the Eagles.
Ineligible player downfield on the kicking
And
team.
will be declined.
Penalty is declined. First down, New York Jets.
So as we start the 4th quarter, the miseries continue for the Eagles. And we'll take a timeout. Good field position. That's been the theme for the Jets today.
Grab a Snickers. Hungry? Why wait? And by De Beers. A diamond is forever.
Jets with the ball on their own 44-yard line. First down, following the bad snap and the 22-yard punt by Hutton. Adrian Morrell is wrestled down by Joe Kelly after a 1-yard gain.
Now you're going to watch the Eagles right now. They're going to say, forget this. We're not going to let you run. We're just going to walk everybody up. They're going to make it tough. Look, they walked their safety up. Look at this. They got 8 people here, 3 guys outside, and it's just a numbers game. You can't win this game. There's always going to be a free man. It's 7 versus 8, you lose.
Jets playing a very smart game today. Have a 2nd down and 9 at the 45-yard line. And they roll out, and the pass underneath to Kyle Brady for a minimal gain. It'll be 3rd down and long coming up for the Jets. Adrian Morrell got off to a hot start, 47 yards in his first 4 carries, but as you mentioned, Matt, the Eagle defense has clamped down on the run, only -5 in his last 13.
Hey, you look at this score at 20-7, it hasn't been the Eagle defensive fault. They've been playing hard. The turnovers have been the difference. Heck, one of them for a touchdown, and then, 2 of them put them in field goal position. They gave up 7 points defensively. They've played pretty well defensively today.
Jets have not made a third down play yet. They're 3rd and 8 on the 46. Short drop by Foley, and he's got Wayne Kravett, and he won't get it either. And the play was blown dead, short of the first down by about 3 yards by William Thomas. So once again, the Jets come up empty on 3rd down, and they'll have to kick.
Yeah, make it 0 for 9. They're 0 for. 3rd down, 0 for.
That's one of the few places where they have not succeeded. They have converted 4 Eagle turnovers.
But see, that's good defense, again, by the Philadelphia Eagles. They've been great on 3rd downs. They need their defense to play offense, and they'd be okay in this 4th quarter.
Maybe they can arrange that. Brian Hansen will do the punting, and Mark Say back deep for the Eagles. And the clock runs down, and we'll have a 5-yard penalty, delay a game called against the Jets. But I got to think right about now, Rich Kotite, even though he's got a whole quarter to go practically, has to feel real good inside because he has a chance to really do some damage against his former team. They've outplayed him today.
I think he felt pretty good about his team's chances going into this game. Remember, in the middle of the week, he came out and there was some quote in the paper like, well, you know, we'll let these things happen. If they're going to fire me, they're going to fire me, all that kind of stuff. And it kind of looked to me on the outside like he was almost giving up. But he was not that way at all when we saw him, when we met him the other day at practice.
Well, you know, he was a fighter, prize fighter. He fought with Ali in sparring sessions. Angelo Dundee had trained him. He's never been a quitter in his life.
That is a tough guy, and his team's playing that way today. Than I watched the Eagles have all day.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, but the Jets got to give them a lot of credit against the playoff-hungry team, supposedly. Ricky Waters cuts outside and gets running room and has his best rush of the day of 23 yards, run out of bounds by Ray Mickens.
Waters going to take off, and as he breaks to the left side, remember, he never changes. See, the ball should be in the other hand at this point. He's going to watch what happens at the end. Right there. You see Mickens tried to slap it out. Should be on the other side.
Jets free safety Gary Jones is the injured player. That secondary has done a fine job today. Want to remind you, coming up, the NFL on Fox, tomorrow's slate of games, 49ers and the Steelers. And the Steelers winning the AFC Central, looking for a home field advantage during the playoffs. The 49ers fighting for their division lives. Packers always have a rough time against the Lions. And the playoff picture, Green Bay, Carolina, Dallas are the division leaders right now, but the 49ers, Vikings, and the Eagles are teams that would be in the playoffs if the season were to end right now, and they control their destiny.
And you better believe that Arizona and the Redskins are watching this game, and they're saying, all right, you do your part, we'll take care of ours. Both of them, remember last time they played, that was a tremendous game in Washington. Both of them believing that they can still get into these playoffs and play well.
Lonnie Young replaces Gary Jones, and on the reverse, Charlie Garner. And the Eagles will lose big-time yardage.
Heck, Bobby Hamilton had 2 tackles in 1 play. Hey, Hamilton hit Ricky Waters as he was holding off, going to make the handoff, and then got off of that one and went back and made the tackle again.
Loss of 10 yards.
Watch Hamilton, number 92. See, the first one. He stops that one, and then Hugh Douglas forces him to come up, and Hamilton makes it again. I guess when things go wrong, they really go wrong.
Hamilton, the first-year defensive end from Southern Mississippi, gives the Eagles 2nd down and 20 back to their 33-yard line. Denver has a wide-open Irving Fryer, and he goes out of bounds. He had beaten Aaron Glenn on the pattern, and a first down gain of 24 into Jet territory.
It's been a pretty good matchup all day long. Aaron Glenn on Irving Fryer from the inside, and he just gets him picked off by his own defender. And that's a nice job of Fryer of running him into it. And when it's turned into any kind of a physical thing, Irving Fryer has beaten him. But when it's been any kind of finesse, when it's just pure coverage, Aaron Glenn has won those battles.
3 catches, 78 yards, and the 1 touchdown the Eagles have. 1st and 10 on the Jets 43. Play action fake. Detmer has a man wide open, and he completes it to Jimmy Johnson, the backup tight end. And the Eagles now, with a 31-yard gain, have a 1st down inside the 15.
Well, you're only going to make that throw, and you can find the receiver down the field when you have time to throw. And then, look, Victor Green lets him run right by him, and there's nobody in that zone behind him. He just gets to the middle of the field, and the ball's perfectly thrown. And then, you know, just when you think the live bullets are flying, you know, you got to crawl under enemy lines just like that.
1st down on the 12, so Johnson comes out after making that big play. Eagles are threatening, trailing 20-7. Detmer going for Solomon, and defending him was Marcus Coleman.
No, as bad as the Eagles have played today, defensively they've played pretty well. They score right here. They have 9 minutes left to go, and they can come back and get another score and win this football game.
If they scored a touchdown and got an extra point, that they trailed by 6.
Dick, I can tell you can feel in the stands with the people that are here that they sense the same thing.
Well, they've seen it before with this Jet team. 2nd and 10. Here's Ricky Waters, nothing there, as the Jets close down the middle with Bobby Houston, Chad Cascat, and Hugh Douglas all in on the play.
And they ran right into a blitz is what they did. John Gruden thought he'd try to sneak one in. But Jim Vecchiarella, the defensive coordinator, came with a blitz on the inside. So a lot of times you blitz rundowns also, just to take away any kind of the running lanes in there, and they caught him perfect.
Kevin Turner, the fullback, lines up wide to the left on 3rd and 11. Ty Detmer looking for a receiver. Nowhere to go. And hit and dropped at the 5-yard line, short of the 1st down by about 3 by Lonnie Young. The Eagles couldn't get it to a receiver, and the Jets did a great job of coverage.
Yeah, they covered, but, you know, at one point, you're going to fight to get open. You're going to watch Irving Fryer working on Aaron Glenn. Okay, now you start to see, okay, keep going, come back to the ball, you stop. Then you're going to watch Ed West working on Victor Green. He's starting to scramble, work to get open, fight to get open.
And they're going for it on 4th down and 3.
They have no choice, you have to.
Ball is at the 5. Detmer under pressure, throws, incomplete, but a flag is down.
Yeah.
It was intended for Jason Dunn.
Yeah, and they were holding Jason Dunn right there. And they came, see what they did? They came with a zone blitz, and they dropped Spindler out of there.
And we'll have 1st and goal at the 1-yard line for the Eagles.
Holding. Defense number 35. That's half the distance to the goal. Automatic 1st down.
Well, it's not going to be 35. It's going to be 25. And there's Jason Dunn right there, see? And that's what they're going to call. Heck, Matt Brock and Spindler had dropped out from the inside on that zone blitz and got right there, but they called him with the flag.
Ball will be placed now between the 2 and the 3-yard line. That's where the hold took place. So it's 1st and goal for the Eagles. Nothing there for Ricky Waters, and it was Matt Brock who plugged it. There is Brock on the bottom of that pileup.
Times like this, your best players have to make your play. So if you're the Philadelphia Eagles and you're Ricky Waters, you got to make a play. If you're Irving Fryer, you got to make a play. One of those guys have to come up with something, regardless of what's going on for the rest of the day. If you're going to be a Pro Bowl player and you're an All-Pro and you're a playmaker, then make a play.
9th play of the drive coming up. And you saw Waters' numbers, 14 carries for 60 yards, and the Jets call a timeout to set up this play. This is their 1st timeout of the 2nd half. We'll be right back. Jets timeout. It'll be 2nd and goal. This is the best Eagle drive by far of the game. 77 yards on this drive. Their previous 12 drives totaled only 83 yards. That's how their offense has struggled, but they're trying to get their second touchdown here. Ed West is in, 2 tight ends. Chris T. Jones goes in motion. Ty Detmer flips it, touchdown to Jones.
That was all on Detmer. Detmer's feet was the difference in the play. Jones is able to go right back outside because the pressure put on the defense by Detmer when he rolled is the difference. That's a nice call. Just watch and see. Now the defense has to react to the quarterback. What are you going to do? You're going to stay back, you're going to come up. You see Marcus Coleman stop. He stopped as Jones made his break back outside, all because of Detmer's movement. Watch him inside. See, Coleman looks back inside to Detmer. There's the difference.
14th touchdown pass of the year for Ty Detmer, and Gary Anderson adds the extra point. So Jet fans have seen this. They have lost 7 second-half leads, and now it's down to a 6-point Jet lead. We'll be right back. Chris T. Jones on the receiving end of a Ty Detmer pass. 6-point lead, and Reggie Cobb is returning for the New York Jets, and he is dropped at the 15-17-yard line by Sylvester Wright.
I want you to watch a couple things. First of all, here's the block on Hamilton by Turner, the fullback, that allows Detmer to get to the outside. Now, as he goes outside, Marcus Coleman right there. See, because he's rolling, he turns his head, looks back. Jones is able to go out, and the ball's right in for 6 points. All because of Detmer's movement and forcing everything. Then I'll tell you, one of the biggest plays of the game is a penalty right there on Jason Dunn.
And that gave the Eagles a new set of downs at the 3.
And that was on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 18. Adrian Burrell, who hasn't run much since early in the game.
It's a big series right here for the Philadelphia
4
Eagles.
yards, stopped by Ray Farmer.
Yeah, this is right here's the game for the Eagles. This much time, there's 6:40 to go in the game. They stop them here, get the ball back. They can take their time and get down the field. There's plenty of time left. All these things right now, it all goes to the Philadelphia Eagle defense.
And the Jets are trying to defy the scenario that has plagued them all season long. Second half collapses. 2nd down and 6. Richie Anderson in motion right. And prepared to play by Zordich. And he still has not been hit, and now knocked out of bounds. Michael Zordich with his 2nd interception of the game.
Dick, remember earlier when Zordich made the pick, he gave the big cushion and he played off? Guess what? He changed it up. He gave the big cushion, and then boom, he jumped the coverage because he anticipated Foley. Watch, he had to go up top. Now he's going to give the cushion. Now look at him break. He breaks. They were going to run a stop and go on him. At least the receiver thought. Foley sees it. Zordich anticipates, and it's a monster play by Zordich.
Intended for Richie Anderson, and so Zordich with his 2nd pick. 4 turnovers by the Jets, and has Rich Kotite and the Jet fans seen this before. 8 turnovers in the game, 4 by each side, and the Eagles with a 1st down on the Jet 18. Trailing by 6. Ricky Waters gets inside the 15-yard line. A good gain on 1st down.
No, you mentioned earlier about if the Eagles feel the sense of urgency. I think when the clock is running and you're down to 5:55 and you're down by 6 points and the playoffs are sitting right in front of you, yeah, you start to feel it. And Michael Zordich felt it and made the difference.
This Eagle team has awakened here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 6. Pressure on Detmer. Irving Fryer, touchdown, Philly. And you can see the Eagle fans are plentiful here at the Meadowlands.
Nice read by Detmer. Came with the pressure inside. Knew that he had Fryer to the outside. Fryer fought to get the inside. Ball's there. 6 points. Watch him working on Aaron Glenn. See, he jumps to the inside. There's no help in there. Shows up late, and it's 6 points. Detmer knew it as soon as he had that first step inside. He knew where he had to go with the ball.
And an injured Jet in the end zone, but elation for the Philadelphia Eagles. And here is Detmer again finding Fryer.
Yeah, you see his eyes, Dick? He looked right away. He knew he had the matchup inside. He knew that he had a physical guy in Fryer to get on the inside of Glenn, and he came through.
And it's Aaron Glenn who appears to be the Jet shaken up. But what's interesting to note here is that on both of Michael Zordich's interceptions, Irving Fryer caught the touchdown pass to capitalize on that.
Zordich has been the difference in the game. I mean, he's made huge plays, and he's played a sound game in the run game. All from a guy who everybody says can't run, and so what do? They put him in coverage with his lack of speed, and he beats you with his head.
So there you see the frustration on the face of Rich Kotite as the Eagles have tied the score 20-20 with 5:29 to go, and Gary Anderson will come on to try to give the Eagles their first lead of the game.
Ball's thrown. Aaron Glenn is going to come in your picture right there at the end, and there's the hit. Boom. Jones hit him. I want you to watch Irving Fryer. He's going to jump to the inside, and I want you to watch over here. I want you to watch Ty Detmer, because he's looking the whole time. He knows he has this matchup over here man-to-man, and so it goes inside. Now look at the head. The whole time, ball's thrown right where it has to be, right in front of the safety on the inside shoulder. Fryer can use his body, and it's 6 points.
And for the first time in the 10-year career of Michael Zordich, he has picked off 2 passes in the same game, and a big one for the Philadelphia Eagles as Aaron Glenn gets up to the applause of the Jet fans here. But a critical series of big plays made by the Eagles, first on offense with the long drive, and then Zordich with the interception, quickly capitalizing on the turnover. And a team that controls its own destiny for the playoffs can take their first lead if Anderson can make good on the extra point.
And Dick, if you listen real close, you could hear all the way out from Arizona a collective from the Washington Redskins.
You know that the Redskins would have dearly loved, and this game is not over yet by any stretch, an Eagle stumble today. But Gary Anderson is on. The extra point is good, and the Philadelphia Eagles have taken a 21-20 lead over the New York Jets. 5:29 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Up inside, look at this. Safety sitting the other side. You can eyeball it the whole way, which he does. Safety can't get there. Ball's delivered. 6 quick.
For Irving Fryer, 2 touchdown catches today, 11 on the season. And now the Jets will get their hands on the ball. Today, Fryer, 2 touchdowns of the 4 receptions he's made. Gary Anderson kicking off. Reggie Cobb on the return for the Jets. Cobb with a good return. And brought down by Sylvester Wright. So good field position. That was a 32-yard return by Reggie Cobb. That could give the Jets a big boost.
There's also a bad kick. Short kick. Cobb gives them the field position. Now they're short field. All they need is 3 points at 5:18 to go. Again, all the pressure comes back to the Philadelphia Eagle defense.
Jets have 2 timeouts remaining. 5:18's on the clock. First down on their 44. Glenn Foley's pass is caught by Crevette. And his extra effort gives them the first down to the Eagle 44-yard line. And right now, for a McDonald's game break, let's return to JB at our Fox Television Center.
Dick, still a lot at stake tomorrow as San Francisco is still in the hunt for the NFC West title, while 1,400-yard rusher Jerome Bettis of the Steelers will test his sore ankle. The Steelers looking for a first-round bye. It all begins with the pregame show at 12 noon. Back to Dick and Matt.
All right, JB, big series of games tomorrow on Fox. Jets with a first down on the Eagles 44. And this pass in and out of the hands of Webster Slaughter. He had the ball in his hands but couldn't hold on. Bobby Taylor was defending downfield.
Watch Bobby Taylor, number 21, down here. I don't understand this. If you walk up to get a jam, get a jam. And then he's just going to play the sideline as the extra defender. I tell you, Slaughter had a chance, and this should have been caught. I mean, that, heck, it basically stuck in his face mask.
Good throw by Glenn Foley. 2nd down and 10. Foley with an out pattern, and it's caught by Kyle Brady
For a loss of 1.
and a flag is down. Penalty down at the 40. Busy day for Larry Nemmers and crew.
This one's going to go against Bobby Taylor.
Illegal hands to the face on the defense, number 21. That's a 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Todd had a stellar day out there on the corner. We talked about when you're up here to make sure you get a jam if you're out there. Well, they caught him. He got a jam, and he hit him right in the kisser. And that's a good call by the official.
So the Jets get a first down inside the Eagle 40 with 4:27 to go. Not as many penalties by a wide margin called here in the second half. Foley on first down. Trying to get away from trouble and takes the sack.
Nice coverage down the field. No place to throw that football.
And Mike Mamula finally caught up with him.
Troy Vincent is working on Wayne Corbett. He pushes him down. Now he knows he has help to the top side. But now once things break down, you have to plaster your receivers. Sean Johnson running with Don Griffin. Griffin stays with it the whole way. Now, remember, once the coverage breaks down, I mean the pocket breaks down, then you have to turn and plaster the receivers.
2nd and 12. Quick release, tip ball. Intercepted by William Thomas. And a big turnover. So the inexperience and the bad breaks that befall a 1-13 team evident here in the 4th quarter as the Philadelphia Eagles now on the 5th Jet turnover get the ball back, leading by 1 with 3:43 to go. And it's been that kind of a year, and actually that kind of many years for the New York Jets.
Well, the Jets won the first 3.5 quarters. But the ball got tipped up in the air, I think, by Troy Vincent. And then Willie Thomas is right where he had to be. There's the ball tipped, and it looked like it was Troy Vincent. And then William Thomas made the pick.
That's Thomas's 3rd interception of the year, and the Eagles with a first down on the 36. Ricky Waters dives forward for about a yard. Well, Glenn Foley starting his 2nd NFL game, completed 9 of 12, a good first half, but things haven't gone his way with 3 interceptions here in the second half.
That was the good half, and down here, this is the bad half.
The Jets have called a timeout, their 2nd. 9 turnovers in this game, and the ones lately have put a dagger in the heart of the Jets. 20-14 all, but 7 points have come off a turnover.
You know, Foley kind of looks like Boomer, doesn't he? Doesn't he look like Boomer last year right there?
Boomer went back to Arizona after walking out for a day. No head coach has finished his Jet career over 500, and that speaks not so much to Richie Kotite's reign with the Jets, but the other coaches. That includes the guy who won a Super Bowl, Reeve Eubank. 2nd and 8, the 38-yard line, and the give is to Charlie Garner. Garner with good speed. Gets into Jet territory and ridden out of bounds by Victor Green, and a big gain of 45 yards by Charlie Garner.
Dick, the whole thing starts up front with Kevin Turner on a nice block inside. Man, he takes on the backer. Boom, watch Kevin turn to 34. Watch him, right? Boom, right there. Look at that. That's a great block. And then right here on Marvin Jones. And then Chris T. Jones gets on Lonnie Young, gets away with a little bit of a hold. But Charlie Garner's off to the races.
And it's his longest run from scrimmage this year for Charlie Garner.
So you don't see any fight right at the air. You don't see any lack of fight from Victor Green again.
And a first down on the 17. And the give is to Garner. He stayed in the game after that long run and carries it to the 15-yard line. Eagles 8-6 and leading here 21-20. Here is the Eagle playoff story. They clinch a playoff spot with a win here and a loss by the Redskins against the Cardinals tomorrow. Or if the Eagles win their 2 remaining games this week and next week in their finale against the Cardinals at home, they will go to the playoffs. 2nd and 8 on the Jet 15. Keeping it on the ground, Garner gets a couple. The Jets have 1 timeout remaining.
You know, last week,
and they're going to use it here.
Last week, after that Indianapolis game, Ray Rhodes was so disgusted. He came in and he watched the tapes, and he watched them all night long. Started putting the game plan together for this week. He got home real late at night, tried to sneak in the house, and his daughter Raven, who's 10 years old, saw him walk by, and she called out to him. She said, "Daddy," and he turned back and said, "Yeah, baby, what's wrong?" She said, "You guys stink." and Ray said, "You know what? You might be right, but we're going to get this thing straightened out." Raven, his daughter, was right for 3.5 quarters today. And then they were able to turn it around right at the end. And the guy who was able to turn it was Michael Zordich with his heads-up play.
First time in his career, 2 interceptions in 1 game. 10-year veteran.
I'll tell you actually, though, Dick, defensively, the Eagles played pretty well all game long. Offensively, they got out of sync. They couldn't run the ball. The passing game went shot. And I guess when they had to do it, they got it, but they didn't look like a playoff team today.
Hardly. The Jets are out of timeouts. Eagles with a 3rd down and 7 on the 14. And here is Ricky Waters, and Waters gets inside the 5-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Eagles, and things are looking their way as we have less than 2.5 minutes to go. Countless times this year, I think 7 in all, the Jets have lost energy, did not execute in the second half of games, and that all contributes to a 1-13 year. And amazingly, the Jets have not won a home game all year. 2-minute warning here at the Meadowlands. Eagles lead. We'll be right back. On the NASDAQ post-game report. Well, it would have been sweet for Richie Kotite to beat his former team, but this has been a repetitive story, and these fans even came prepared. They had the loss already on the sheet. Typical for the Jets. 1st and goal at the 3, and the Jets cannot stop the clock.
I will say this. The Jets didn't stop fighting all game long. But they found a way to lose the football game again.
As 1-13 teams will.
I agree.
And now the Jets, as Steve Gutman, the club president, told us in practice the other day, we have not made any official decisions, but we're going to review after the season. Do we want a football man? Do we want a general manager, personnel man? Who will hire the new coach if there is a new coach? But one thing that Jet fans, they have had to endure so many years of heartache and disappointment, and this kind of epitomized their season today when they had the Eagles on the ropes, but in the 4th quarter fell short, and with under a minute to go will go down to their 14th defeat of the year. Eagles, on the other hand, live another day. They will win their 9th game as opposed to 6 losses, and they know that the Redskins lose tomorrow, they are in the playoffs, or if the Eagles win next week, against Arizona, they will be in the postseason. That should be the last play of the game.
And Raven, if you're listening, take it easy on your dad. He beats himself up enough.
I think she should this week, Matt. And the Miller Lite player of the game is Christy Jones' touchdown reception to give the Eagles the lead.
Again, that was all set up by the feet of Ty Detmer.
So Ty Detmer came alive when he had to. And the big drive, and the Eagles coming out with a 21-20 lead, when at one point they trailed 20-7. The NASDAQ postgame show will follow, and the final score, the Eagles 21, the Jets 20. For Matt Millen, Dick Stockton saying so long from the Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey.